Welcome to Junkin. If you like what I craft, be sure to subscribe to my channel for access to my imagination. I'm relatively new to YouTube and I'm very technically challenged. If there's anything that I can do to make my videos more enjoyable to you, please tell me in the comments. Thank you. It's Nicole at Junkin Door Couture and More, where we don't do normal. Today is no exception to that rule. Yeah, I got paint on my hands. Sorry. Surprise. What I'm going to work on is my frame. I bought this at a church rummage sale, and it was nothing in there. So I did a little bit of the staples in here because I should have ironed it first, but we're going to pull it nice and taut and make it so it's not wrinkly. And we're going to put a rabbit on here, but we got to build the rabbit too. So we got all kinds of stuff we're going to start working on. So the first thing I did is, this was really a gold mirror. So what I did is I took my nutmeg, just nutmeg apple barrel paint on a paper towel, and I just kind of did like a dry rub on there just to give it that, what DIYers seem to call a grunge look. I just did it to give it less of a brassy look, you know, just it did antique it, if you would, and I like that. It kind of made these things stand out a little more. So that's the first part. That explains this. So I'm going to go ahead and just hot glue the rest of it on there, only because I figured the staple gun would have been too loud for you guys, you know. So I did the 4 staples in the back. I just did one on each side and top and bottom, and I'm just going to pull it and glue it, but I'll point the camera down and we'll start working from there. So I have my hot glue gun, and I already have another stick ready. I'm gonna have to go back through and trim, but I'd rather have had too much than too little. I'm gonna have to cut all the way around it, but look, no wrinkles. Woohoo! The next thing I did is I had a piece of cardboard. This was an insert from a calendar, just so you know, and I took one of my rings and I traced it and I cut it out. So I needed another one, but this was too big, so I just took a spool of ribbon, I traced this, and I figured we'd cut it out. Well, I'll show you. Let me do it. Because then what I did is I had a piece of scrap burlap, and I only had that one piece, because then I cut out a circle shape. Okay, I really botched up there, but that'll go where the ears go. I did this. So I took a piece of burlap and I cut it bigger than the actual circle. And sorry, I don't have a piece of burlap to do this again. I have this. All right, we'll do a different one. I have this bath mat. So what I'm going to do, this is a bath mat from Dollar Tree. This way, for $1, the material. And I did think this looks like a bunny. I wanted to do a bigger bunny, but for $1, we'll get another one. Do here, I'm going to take this, trace it bigger than my circle, cut it out. Okay, my deformed circle, but whatever. And these are not the good scissors. These are becoming the not so good scissors. And then I basically did it like a reverse, like I guess like a pillow, I get, but a pillow without a backing, because our cardboard will be our backing. So I want this side to be on the outside, so I'm going to put it face down. And what I started doing is just the edges right onto my cardboard all the way around, because I want it to be, I want to fill it with stuffing. So now I used burlap on this bunny head, but you see what I'm using here. You could use whatever fabric you want, or linen, or whatever. If you have like a, I would say anything tight woven, just for the so that you didn't see the, what's it called, the polyfill that we're going to put in there. Come on, baby, almost. So obviously I don't go all the way around, only because we have to be able to fill it. So from here, all right, my polyfill isn't here, but you get the gist. We would just go ahead and fill it with our polyfill. Once it's filled, we'll just take this and glue it over, and then we have a stuffed face. So now what I did is my good old-fashioned poster board that I keep pulling out pieces for. I just eyeballed one, and you see I did a bad job eyeballing it. I cut it out and then I traced it so that I had 2 ears, because our bunny's going to need ears. And I just looked and I was like, oh, yep, that looks like that'll be a good size for this. And to make the ears, what I want to do is, well, I want to use this, because again, I don't have the burlap. I'm going to cut across, and I'm going to just do the same thing like we did with the circle. Well, actually, I'm not going to fill these, because since this is a poster board, I'll be able to bend it. I might even need to put some wire in it to keep its form. Well, I'll do this one without wire and we'll see. We'll experiment. How's that sound? Okay. Actually, I should have probably done it a little bigger, and then I could have put the white on the inside. I didn't think that one through too much. All right, don't make that mistake. So in my head, what I'm thinking is, if I had made it a little bigger, I could have filled up to here on both sides. This could have been the front of my bunny, and I could have put this for the center. That's the car cleaning cloth, or microfiber cloth from Dollar Tree. I reference those a lot. But that's all right. We'll make this work. Because the piece of de resistance that I have for this one, I can't actually attach it because I need to iron it. That one I can't get away with. But you'll see it and it'll look cute. Alright, so this is obviously the ear that's going to stay up. So let me figure out how I'm going to do a little piece in the center. So I'm just going to, I'm going to wing it and fold it in half. And I'm going to just try to cut a thin little section out that it'll be the same on both sides. Let's hope. So let's start off with about up to here. Not those scissors. Try this way, just so I have a section to work with. And I'm just gonna eyeball it. We know how I do when I wing it. Woohoo! Anyone else like to live dangerously like that? Okay, not the same exact size, but one will be bent so we won't notice it so bad. Alright, those are ready, and let's see. So this is the one that won't be bent. We'll put the prettier of the two. Oh, I kind of like that. Okay. So I'm going to pucker it in the center because I liked how it gave it a little bit of pop. Like, I don't mind a little bit of labor. I like faster crafts, but I do like having a little bit of labor of love to them. All right, so now, are you starting to see it? Okay, so let's do ear number 2. And this one I have to cover all the way, so let's see. Because it'll be a front and a back. That's gonna be tricky. Because how am I gonna hide my seams? You know what? That's exactly how we're gonna hide the seams. Let's do this. I'm gonna cut it down to here. I'm gonna cut it up here. So I'm thinking, let's just fold it in half. And just cut the shape. Glue it first. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Just smash them together. So now I'm just going to basically feel where this is at on this side. Start cutting it away. I'm just feeling the poster board I have in there. Because this one's going to be bent, so I need it both sides. To have, you know, I want it to look finished in every direction. Okay. Pinch it in the center so I get the dimple. And glue it to the bottom. Actually, let's see. Yeah, I think that looks good. So we have our ears. Now what I want to show you is that I can't do is, I showed you yesterday the bonnets, and I said, how cute will these look on a bunny? You see it? But I have got to iron this before I put this together, because that's just going to look so sweet. And especially when we put it on our frame and we bend an ear. See how it's all coming together there? Okay, but again, I have to iron this, so I'm not putting that together just yet, but you see the idea. I want to show you how I want to finish off his face, though, because I do think he's just going to need, I'm not going to do any eyes, but this was a pom-pom. It was a white pom-pom that we did the white chalk paint and nutmeg mixed together to get it a fleshy color tone. But I thought this would work here too, because I really did think pink might just be too much for it. I got very muted tones going on here. So I thought this one would work more appropriately. And, oh, you know what? Oops, I did that wrong. Let me rewind. I want to put some, I have this craft wire, and I think this, it's basically wire, brown wire. It's wrapped in some kind of a material. But as for the whiskers, so that's what I want to do here. I'm going to go back and forth. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3. Got it stuck in here. Once I cut it, it's all going to go everywhere. The piece I need is farther down. There. Once this sets up, I'll cut the glue, the wires, and adjust them where I want them. Right now I'm just looking for the halfway mark. And then the pom-pom on top to help secure it. looking for the part that I already glued. There it is. Just to help hold it all in place. I definitely see it. Right? And then imagine with the little bonnet on it. And this is an antique bonnet, so I am going to be real careful not to ruin it with any of the glue. You know, I will pin it in the back so that it goes, and it has a little opening in here on the top. But I would imagine that like any kind of a floral wire would work also. If it wasn't the right color, just go ahead and put some paint on it. I'm finding you can paint anything, which I like. I like that as a concept. But come on, this is going to be adorable. And then I'll put the little ears behind her and on the frame. And like, tell me that's just not primitive. Boy, my lighting is horrible in the day, huh? Sorry. But I do. I just think that's cute. And oh, I got an upside down ear. There we go. A little better. And I'll just fold one of the ears down and really make it cute. And that's my goal. And then on the frame, I just think that's really going to be, because look at, that's like dimensional and it's all homemade. We did it all. And I bought that rug with the intention of making a rabbit, but I have a different rabbit in mind. But we'll, okay, I'll tell you what that is. I want a sideways rabbit made with that, but we would do it the same exact way with the cardboard. We just got to find a picture, trace it out onto the cardboard, cut it out, and glue the mat on there just the same type of way. And then using the picture frame, I just think that was cute. I had this fabric in my stash. That isn't nothing that I had, I didn't buy it recently or anything. I've had that. So, but for the most part, I use stuff in my stash. And then, like, we could even start embellishing it with, this was something that was in my stash, but I could see, you know, putting a little, cute on, you know, cuties, making, you know, pearls. I was even thinking maybe doing pearls all around the inside of the frame. So, you know, once I start tinkering with it, if you would. But yeah, I'm happy with this one and think it's adorable. And we all can make that. And with any fabric or an old pillowcase, an old t-shirt, whatever. We all have cardboard and just cut out a circle. Find a pot, trace it, whatever size you want. Make it, because you don't even need to put this on a frame like I did. You could get a Dollar Tree frame, or you could finish the back, you know, do two circles together and make it an actual like little stuffed animal type, oh, I guess like a stuffed pillow, but it's adorable. Okay, if you're going to make it a pillow, I wouldn't use wire. Just saying. Maybe fishing line. Because that would look cute. A whole bunch of fishing line for the whiskers. It would look like real whiskers. We'll make another one with that. I sure do hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok to see all of my latest crafting shenanigans.